Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me in another video. If this is the first time you are stopping in, I'm Tina. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here with me. All right, today I am going to be reviewing these writing tools from Erin Condren, and these are from the Adhesive Inspire collection. So with the collections, they released these beautiful writing tools, and it is a pack of 12. There are 6 dual tip markers and 6 chisel tip highlighters in here. They are the same colors. They do have the colors listed on the back here. I'm going to go ahead and take them out of the packaging because I want to get rid of the glare that is on here. So let's pull all of these out and I want to test them all out. So I received a lot of accessories from the Inspire collection, and I do have a video talking about all of them, but the one thing that I wasn't really able to kind of like dive into and do a pen test and really review were these pens. So I decided I would do a separate video just talking about the pens. Now I am going to take out the inside of the packaging here because I want to refer to the colors that are listed on the back here. Now the pens themselves, I don't think that they have the colors on here. Let me see. Let's put that right there. No, they do not. So this particular style is going to be the dual tip, and it's going to have a fine side and a medium tip. So let's see here. Looks like on the cap side is the fine point. You could see that there. And then on this side is going to be the medium tip. And this color is called Cherry. And then these are the highlighters. And again, it doesn't have the color on the pens. I wish they would do that. I believe that they are going to be switching that up, which is going to be so nice because honestly, I like to know what the colors are, you know. All right, so this is a chisel tip highlighter. So we're going to test all of these out. And then the other writing tool that I also received is this beautiful gel pen. And I'm going to give this one a test as well because I did not test that one out either. Now, I do have a notebook on the side here. It's an A5 notebook. I love this size. It's just all of my swatches that I have in here, whether they are from Erin Condren or just other pen swatches that I have. But I do like to swatch everything out, and then that way I can refer to it. So if you have an extra notebook, something that you might like to do for yourself, so that way you kind of have a nice little reference point. So I went ahead and already labeled the page. So it's Inspire Writing Tools. It's a pack of 12. And this first section here, we're going to do the 6 dual tip markers. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the fine tip here, because I want to use this to write out the color. So this one is Cherry. All right, so let's see here. We're going to write Cherry. Oh, that's very light. That is super light. Wow. I don't know about that. At least not for like writing, because it's so light you can't even see it. And then here it is with the thicker tip. So I'm going to just write it again over here with the bigger tip. But again, it's very light. Now, I would like this more for highlighting things because that's like a nice light color for that. I don't think I'd want to use that though for like actually like the fine tip. Okay, so the next one we're going to check out here is the hot pink, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to write the color here with the fine tip. And that one is definitely, you could see that one much better. And then here is the medium tip. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing and then write with it as well. So that way I could kind of get an idea I usually would never write with anything this thick, but for this purpose, I'm just going to show you how it comes out. So that way, oops, I put pick. It should be pink. Hot pink. There we go. Okay. And then I think I want to make this line the same because I really like it to kind of be set up the same. All right, so those are those two colors there. All right, the next color is Orchid. We're going to do the same thing with the fine tip here. And hopefully we'll spell things out correctly. Now this is really light. I mean, it's very pretty, but I definitely don't see myself actually writing with this because it's so light that you can't really see it. All right, let's take a look at the medium tip. And this is Orchid. And again, I mean, it's very light, and I would personally not use this thick tip to actually write with, but to highlight or underline things, definitely. Okay, the next one we have here is the Seafoam. Oh, and this is, again, very light. Yeah, I just don't see myself writing with anything that is that light. It's very pretty though. And here is for those of you that like a thicker pen or marker. You see how that looks. It's definitely a lot prettier in the thicker, like to write with. This next one is called Cornflower. All right, let's see here. Oh, that one's really pretty. I mean, they're all very pretty, but this one I can see a lot better. Yeah, I could definitely see that much better. Oh, I like writing with this one. Even though I don't like, you know, that big of a pen tip, I do like the way that that looks. That would look really, see, I wouldn't write with that, but I would use it for like printing, like kind of like this type of wording here. Okay, and this one is called Sapphire. So let's see. Oh, that's pretty. It's such a difference, right, from the other colors that we have here. And then here's that. Well, that was a little bit messy, but not too bad. Okay. So let's take a look at these and let's see if there's any shadowing through on the other side. Now, of course, this is the Erin Condren paper, so it is a little bit thicker, but yeah, no, it looks great. And everybody like kind of has a different type of pressure when they write. I tend to be very light when I'm writing things. So for those of you that might be more like heavy-handed, things might come through on the other side or like shadow through a little bit more for you than they do for me. Okay, the next thing we're gonna look at is the highlighters. And let's go ahead. But before I do this, because I don't have a way to write the color, I think I'm gonna use my gel pen that I got, give this a test, and write out the colors of the highlighters that we're gonna test next. All right, so the gel pen, it comes in a beautiful box. Let me show that to you. Okay, so here is the box that it came in. It's so pretty. I am loving this beautiful purple. And then it does have this like little foil detailing on here. And it is definitely like a rose gold foiling detailing, and it matches the hardware on here. So pretty. I love it. And it has this vegan leather wrap around the pen. So when you handle it, it's got a nice soft touch to it. All right, so here, like I said, was the box, and the box kind of slides open like that. And there it is. So it's very pretty. I like the design of it. I know that they changed up the boxes, because the boxes that they had before with the other pens that they would have that coordinated with their collections, those flipped open. I think I would have liked that better, to be honest, but I never got those before because those were ballpoint pens, and this is a gel pen. So let's take a look. Now this cap does fit very tightly on here, so you get like that nice snap, but then at the same time you really kind of have to pull on it to open it up. And I'm sure because it's new also that has something to do with it. And then that is like a hard snap to like put it on the back. Okay, and then of course it does come with this little protective like little nubby on here. That's what I always call it. I don't know what the correct term is, but that's what I use. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and write up these same colors down here and give this a test. Okay, so I'm not sure what the pen tip size is, but it feels really nice. I did kind of have to get it started just ever so slightly, but not a big deal. This one's called Hot Pink. I don't know why I must have been talking about the thin tip and I wrote hot tip. That is so funny. All right, well, I sort of messed that one up, but that's okay. I'm gonna write Hot Pink here. It's like, I got so confused when I was doing this. Okay, and this one is going to be Orchid. I'm really liking the way that this feels, by the way. It feels really nice. It's very comfortable to hold, and I really like the way that it writes. The next one is Seafoam. And we've got Cornflower. I don't know, this seems like it could be a little smoother. Sapphire, let's see how we go here. Yeah, I like it. It seems like it could be a little bit of a smoother write, but it's nice. It is really nice, and I love the way that it feels, and it's so beautiful. Like, I love that they chose to have this beautiful purple as like kind of like the base on here, and then it does have Erin Condren on there as well, so that is really nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and check it out. So cherries, so these of course will clip on the back here, and we've got the wide there, and then of course if you wanted to use just like the point, then you could do that, which I don't know what the difference really, I mean, I guess it's a little thinner, but I don't know. Okay, now we've got Hot Pink. Oh, that is bright, isn't it? And then here's the kind of like thinner side. Okay, Orchid. Oh, I really like that. There's the thinner side. And then Seafoam. The colors are so pretty, and they really do match the Inspire collection. Cornflower. I really like that color. Okay, and then Sapphire. Now, this one is so dark. I mean, to call this a highlighter, Yeah, that is really dark. And I didn't even like give it the full like press down. I should have done that a little better. That's all, those caps are definitely on a little tight, but yeah, I can't see myself using that for anything because that is really thick. I mean, to write out like certain words maybe. Let's take a look at the back. So you do see a little bit of like the shadowing coming through here because that is pretty much where it is like the thickest, like where the pen kind of lets off, where I stopped. So you could kind of see that there, but it's not bad at all. All right. So the colors are really pretty. I love the way that they match. I really, really like the highlighters with the exception of the sapphire. I mean, I love the color and I like the way that it writes up here, like with the thin tip and even like the medium tip, but this is just too like, I mean, you could write out words with this, but it's definitely, I wouldn't classify this as a highlighter because that is way too dark. Highlighters should be light and just that, highlight whatever it is that you are trying to like, you know, jump out at you from the page. And then on the flip side, the cherry in this one right here, like that is really light. Like some of these are just really light to write with. Let me see here. Yeah, I just, first of all, I don't generally use color markers or pens when I'm actually filling out my planner. I am very much a traditionalist as far as I like the black pen. However, I do like using the colorful markers when I'm creating headings or I'm maybe doing like journaling, that type of thing, or creating like memory pages. So I do like the colorful markers and pens for that purpose. So I really wouldn't use that anyway to write with, like this color specifically, or even like the orchid and the seafoam, because they are very, very light to write with. So that's the fine tip. And then the medium tip, you could definitely see that much better. So I want to kind of give it a little bit more of a test. I think I'm going to kind of just turn to the back here because I want to see how, if we were to like actually write out, like here's that hot pink, not the hot tip. That's so funny. If we were to like use this here, I like the way that that feels. And I love this color. It's so pretty. Look at how pretty that is. And then I wonder if I were to like grab, let's see, let's grab this one and use this fine tip. See, you can't really see anything. Let's see. This might be cute as like a little bit of a highlighter, maybe, to add just a little bit something different to the letters. It's a very like subtle way to kind of like almost create like a two-tone. But it's really, really light. I was just curious to see how that would work like that. Let me see how it would look. Oh, those are on the tight side. I wonder, let's see here. Let's see, a little thicker. Okay, well that is nice. This one might be nice to like add as kind of like an accent. How would we do that? Let's see. Because this one happens to be a little bit on the thicker side, it's definitely like stands out more. Okay, that S is horrible, but I'm not like a lettering person. I like to dabble, let's put it that way. So that is really pretty. Okay, and then we have this one right here. And then of course, this is definitely much lighter. So that one is really nice. Now I wonder if we were to grab like this pink one, because this one's bright. So I wonder how this would like work. Oh, that's pretty. Again, I am not saying that I am showing you how to letter. I'm just kind of playing with the different colors and how you can kind of like mix them up a bit. Now this one, like I said, is really light, but if we were, let's try it. Let's try the medium tip though, because that like fine tip is going to be way too thin. This doesn't really, it stays, but it's kind of definitely like a looser fit for the cap. So you might almost just want to keep it to the side. Let's see here. So that one you can definitely see much better than if you were just using the fine tip. And then I wonder how it would look if we use the fine tip of this one, kind of wrote like over it. Let's see. That's kind of like a really pretty look, but it's so light. You see how light that is? That is really hard to see. I think if you were to do something like that, you would have to use a darker color in there. So let's try this one, and this one is the Seafoam. I really enjoy lettering. It's just very relaxing to me. All right, so now since this one, it's definitely pops a little bit more, but we need something that's gonna like, if we want to do like the same type of writing here, it needs to come out more. Let's see, let's try the hot pink one. I bet you this one will really pop, because we know that this one's gonna pop. And oh, this one might work too. Let's try this one, because I think this is a better like combination to put together. It's like more complementary. Yeah, you see how you could see that a little bit better on there? That's really pretty. I love this kind of like writing where you kind of have like the print, the large, and then you do a script over it. All right, so I'm really curious to see how these colors would work in the planner. So here we've got the darker, like the sapphire color in here, or even like the cornflower. And you can kind of see how the colors would kind of like look really pretty in here, especially if you wanted to use them for headings. Although, see, this is kind of dark, so I don't know how that would work. And then like here we have like a much lighter color, but we don't have this color in here because the cherry color is probably more like this one here. Yeah, so if you wanted to have that color kind of like match, and then the hot pink would go with like this one in here. As far as like matching the colors, that kind of coordinates a little bit better. And then, I don't know, the orchid, this is a purple, but orchid is a much lighter. I don't know, I don't think that really, maybe with April, let's see. Yeah, that one kind of coordinates a little bit better. And then the Seafoam, I think that one goes really nicely like with March. Let's see here. Yeah. And then Cornflower, I feel like, let's see, is this, whoops. This is November. Yeah, that looks nice. And then the Sapphire, I think that was like the July one, as far as like the colors that they kind of like got from the Inspire collection. But I like to use highlighters and things like that on my month at a glances. It's just really a nice way to kind of like highlight appointments or things that like repeat on certain days, or like paydays or days you have to pay bills, that type of thing. So that's kind of like how I like to use my markers and colorful pens and highlighters in my planner. All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed this like pen test and review. We did a few different things so that way you kind of have a little bit of an idea of how they would work. And if you decide that you want to pick them up yourself, I am an affiliate of Erin Condren, so I greatly appreciate if you were to use my affiliate link when you are shopping. That is down below in the description. Thank you so much to those of you that have already used it, and thank you for thinking about using it for your next purchase. I hope that you liked this video. I hope it was informative for you, and if you did, please be sure to hit the like. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell when you do, and drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.